Welcome to Vegan Finds, Star Wars Edition. Okay, well, maybe not. But today we are, excuse me, what the hell was that? I'm going to be cooking up a combination of my two favorite things, Indian food and American food. We are making a Philly cheesesteak dosa. For those of you who don't know what a dosa is, it is an Indian pancake that's made from fermented rice and black gram beans. I guess they're kind of like a lentil. And I made some dosa batter, which I will show you. I'm not going to show you how to make it from scratch, but I will in another video. And we're going to use these bad boys as the meat part of our cheesesteak. This looks nothing like a ribeye. I don't want to hear people saying, "That's not meat. That's not meat."
Stop it.
I know it's not meat. It's a freaking mushroom. Got it. But we're calling these vegan Philly cheesesteak dosas. So I've already got in the pan cooking our peppers. We're using red peppers and some onions. We want to cook this down before we get the dosa part going. And I will show you how to make a dosa in the pan. I will not show you how to make the batter. That will come at a later video, probably tomorrow. So stay tuned and see how we put this together. So as you can see, we got the peppers and onions cooking down here. I'm actually cooking them separately because A, the pan's not big enough. Sorry about that. It's a little smoky. Smoke gets in your eyes here, baby. Anyway, so I'm going to cook these down till they're soft, and then I'm going to add the mushrooms and cook those down. And since the mushrooms are pretty, whoa, that is like way more smoke than I was hoping for. Let me just blow this by. Anyway, so once we cook this down, we will take this out, add the mushrooms, and I'm going to show you how we treat the mushrooms, because we do a little trick that gives them a little bit of a meaty flavor, more so than the mushroom already has, and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so in our pan, we've got the giant portobello mushrooms that you saw earlier, and I just sliced them up pretty thin, and we're just going to cook these down as well. And in this little dish right here, I've got our little secret ingredient. I'll tell you what it is when we're ready to add it to the pan, but for now, what I did is I added a little bit of avocado oil. The mushrooms tend to absorb the oil and then release liquid as they cook down, so we're just going to let this go for a few minutes, and we'll be back to show you at what point you add the seasoning, and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so as you can see, the mushrooms have cooked down quite a bit, and this is where we add our Montreal seasoning. So we'll just sprinkle some of that on, get it nicely coated. This is a bit on the salty side, so quite honestly, no need to salt anything. So we're just going to let this continue to cook a little bit, get out whatever remaining moisture there is, and we shall return and cook the dosas so you can see how to cook them, and then plate to serve. Okay, so before we start with our dosa, you got to use the proper tools. I know what you're thinking. What the heck is that? This is an onion half stuck by a fork. And what you're going to do with that is you're going to have a little dish of oil and a dish of water. In this case, I got a measuring cup. And you're going to dip the onion into the oil and then into the water. And you're going to swirl it around the pan. This is going to help in the cooking process. It's going to help spread the oil all the way around so that the dosa doesn't stick. Here's our finished dosa batter. It's been, I would say it's been fermenting for probably about 24 hours or so. Typically 8 to 10 hours is all you need. And I'm going to start by heating up the pan and getting the first one done, because the first one is always the mulligan. That one always comes out like crap. No matter how many times you've done this, the first one always comes out like crap. I don't know why, it just does. After I make the cheesesteaks, I'm going to do a special segment on doing something completely different with this batter. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to surprise you. Okay, so I put some dosa batter into the pan. This is what we call our mulligan. It's the first one. It doesn't always come out quite the way you hope or quite the way you expect. It looks like it's almost ready to be flipped over. I'm going to try and flip it. We'll see what happens. As you can see here, it's a little burnt, but not too bad for a mulligan. So I'm going to cook these up a few at a time. I'll do it once more so you can see, but this side won't take nearly as long as the other side. Okay, so we're going to try and spread out our next dosa here. See how successful we are. There are like specialized tools for this. I'm not using them. So here's our next one. You can start to see that there are little holes forming. That's a good sign. That's exactly how you want it to look. And this one's almost ready to be tossed over. And here we go. And that's basically how you make the dosas. So I'm going to continue making these. Then we're going to finish it up, finish off the cheesesteak, and go from there. Alright, so we added some Yoko's cheddar to this, and now we're adding some Viola Life mozzarella shreds. You tell me when. Any more?
Keep going.
Keep going? Alright, how about the rest of the bag?
Yeah, there we go.
We had already put some in. We're adding some more, and it smells really freaking good. That much I can tell you. It looks almost ready.
Hi, Rocks!
I have no comments beyond that. So
she asked me where we've been, and you know, I've been sewing masks.
All right, so we're ready. So let's put this together. Show them the final product. Okay, so here we have the final product, the wrap, which I will fold over so you can see. Okay, so there you have it. It's the Philly cheesesteak dosa. If you like recipes like this, please click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and please leave a comment. I will be posting how to actually make the dosa batter, but you can buy pre-made dosa batter at any good Indian grocery. They'll have it in the refrigerated section, or you could buy a powdered mix. That's what I actually used, and but I will show a video on how to actually make it from scratch. I'm going to eat this now, and then I'm going to do a little surprise later on. Okay, folks, so this is the bonus hour. In the pan, I'm melting a half a stick of vegan butter. Okay, so to the pan, I'm adding some coconut sugar. Actually, this is light brown sugar, excuse me. I usually use coconut sugar, but we must be out. And we're going to slowly cook this until the sugar starts to melt. And then I'm going to show you the next part of this recipe. We call it the bonus round. Okay, so now I got the brown sugar melted. I'm going to add some pineapple to this. Probably should have cut the pineapple a little bit smaller, but too late now. Anyway, just going to spread this out a little bit. And then I'm going to add the final part of the bonus round. And that is taking the leftover dosa batter. So I got the leftover dosa batter, and I'm just going to pour it right in. Spread it around. And we're just going to let this cook until it is set. I'm going to see how it goes. I might toss this in the oven for 10 or 15 minutes once the bottom is set a little bit, and I'll be back. Okay, so I just pulled this actually out of the oven. It cooked on the range for I would say about 10 or 15 minutes. Then I popped it in the oven for another 12 minutes and then put it under the broiler for about 5 minutes to get this to set completely. It is set completely. I'm going to hopefully unmold this and have dessert. Okay, so this is the finished product. This is what we call an upside down pineapple dosa. It looks delicious, smells great, and I'm about to have some dessert. So if you like these videos, please click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Thank you.